Hello everyone, this is Alphmendra trading card game. This is going to be a YouTube series where I develop and make a trading card game from scratch. I'm going to start off by showing you guys some of the card designs in terms of like card types and maybe what I'm thinking and what I've done so far. And then over the next couple weeks, I'm going to start on artwork, getting all the artwork uploaded into the computer and actually creating the digital cards, and then eventually ordering the cards and showing you guys the rules and stuff like that. And so I hope you guys continue to watch these videos and follow the journey. I'm very, very excited for this game. I've play tested it a bunch with friends and it is very, very fun. And so yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to talk about some of the card types and about the game a little bit. So first off, you need to know about the resource system. These are property cards, and property cards go in your marketplace deck. Your marketplace deck is made up of 10 cards, properties, and the property deck cannot have a capacity that exceeds 10. And so these little notches in the corner, these numbers, represent how much capacity each one of the properties takes up. And so let's say that you have 5 shops in your property deck. I'm going to talk about this more in a later video, like how to actually make a property deck. So let's say you have 5 of these shops. Well, each of these shops take up 2 capacity. So this is already 10, but you still need 5 more cards to go in your property deck because a property deck must contain 10 cards. And so what you do is you'd actually take these property cards, which have a capacity of 0, and you fill in the remaining 5 spots. Now, property cards with a capacity of 0 are far worse than cards with property cards of a capacity of 1. And they're much worse than cards with a capacity cost of 2. And so this lets the property decks be relatively balanced and fair, while also letting players choose and design their own property decks suited for their own play styles. And so these give you coins per turn that go away at the end of the turn, called the tax phase, which let you play creature cards. Creature cards have a cost in the top right corner, and then they have an attack and an HP along with an ability, and then maybe flavor text and a picture, and then a name up top. In the middle, there's a UC or C or UR for rare, ultra rare, uncommon, common. So we have Traveler, Red Dragon, Chimera, Vampire. They each have different abilities like cosplay and stuff like that, which I will get into in a later video. Loyal Hound, Candlelight Elemental, Goldfish, Hydra, Phoenix, Broomstick Knight Rider, Piranha Pack. And so you can see there's lots of different cards that are all sort of taken from fantasy, but there's also some robots and stuff in here as well. There's 10 different kingdoms that each of the creatures belong to, which will be more prominent on each of the actual cards. These are just note cards that I made these on. And so the next thing we have is item cards. Item cards also have a cost that you pay. So Bad Sword, Poison Potion, Components, Kelvin Higher Berries. These each give you a single use effect or let you attach them to a creature to have that creature gain an effect. The next thing is structure cards. Structures are cards that, like creatures, have a cost, but they stay in their spot when they are played. I suppose one of the big things that I need to talk about is this entire game is played on a grid. And so you and your opponent each have a 3x3 grid, something sort of similar to this, which I will show in the next video. And you will play your creature cards to these zones. And what you're trying to do is move your creatures into your opponent's zone and attack their player card, which is situated in the middle, which you can move around. And so you're trying to attack your opponent's player card and reduce their HP from 20 to 0. Whenever one of your creature dies, you'll take soul damage depending on its level. So level 4 to 5 is going to deal you 2 damage. Level 0 to 2 is going to deal you 1. And anything 6+ is going to deal you 3 damage. And so your creatures are sort of an investment, but at the same time, they sort of help push the game along. Structure cards, on the other hand, unlike monsters, they don't deal you soul damage when they die. However, they have the disadvantage of staying in their place. They cannot move around the board, which I'll get into later. This video is really just to show you about the different card types and tell you a little bit about the game. It sounds a little complicated, but I promise as you guys watch more videos, I'll have this a lot better explained. I just was very, very excited to get it out there. And so these are all the creature cards and item cards and structures. Move those over to the side. The next is spell cards. Spell cards do not have a coin cost. Instead, these rely on a completely different resource. So, as you may see down here, to summon defenses, you have to tap your player and pay 1 coin. So you'd exhaust your player card and you'd pay 1 coin, and then you'd be able to play summon defenses. Something like bargaining lets you tap your player to draw 2 cards, or tap your player and pay 2 coins to draw 2 cards. A lot of them do require you to tap your player, and this sort of slows down people from playing a bunch of spells in one turn. However, there are cards like Arson, or actually, let me see if I can find a good one. Turn to Frog. Oh yeah, Gale Shot. So Gale Shot requires you to tap a level 3 or higher creature in order to cast it. So you could cast Gale Shot and a time-lapse spell in the same turn, which would let you, have like a big turn where you get to do two spells at the same time. And so this is sort of fun because what you can do is you can play a creature, and on the same turn that you play a creature, you can exhaust it in order to play a spell. And so you can have these really big turns where you play a bunch of creatures and then you get to play a bunch of spells and do a bunch of really cool stuff. But I really like this. It feels very, very balanced. Tapping your player makes it feel very, very balanced as well. And the last pile is location cards. Location cards are cards that you tap your player to play, and they go into the location zone, and they have field-wide abilities. They affect you and your opponent. And yeah, you also do have player cards, which I don't have any made up right now, but player cards start at 20 HP, and they each have their own unique ability, and they let you move them around the map as well. They're each dedicated to their own kingdom. There is lore to this trading card game, which I would love to get into in future videos. It's very, very well fleshed out. But yeah, we had location cards, we have tactic cards, which fall under actions and spells. We have item cards, we have structure cards, we have monster cards, and then we also have property cards. Yeah, so that was Alphmendra 10 Kingdoms. I hope to share more videos, and I'm going to flesh up this game in later videos, but this is just putting it out there. So you guys have a great day, and stay tuned for more videos. I'm super excited to be a part of the homemade trading card game community. See ya.